Welcome to Survival of the Fittest. I'm MK Kilmarnock. This is your next lovely episode of MK's Mouth. Actually, I'm probably going to be titling this episode 6 Part 2, considering the last episode of Part 2 was supposed to be answering Acidic's question of what I would like to see more of and less of in V5, and instead I accidentally answered Flair's question of what I expect V5 to be like, what we can all expect to see from it. And while I did answer a question, so I did do my job, so to speak, I didn't answer the right question, and that's something that I would like to rectify now. Let's close out the chat, because yes, I'm still there. So, verbatim, maybe an episode about the kinds of things you'd like to see more and less of in V5, such as characters' motivations for playing and otherwise, deaths, etc. So I figured I'd go about this question by category, and for each category go more and less. God. Breaking news. I love that Avatar, Sid. Anyway, so let's go for character archetypes first. What I would like to see a bit more of in V5 when it comes to characters, I would like to see more normal people. Not that we didn't have a lot of normal people this game. We did. Don't boo me. It's just, I'd like to see a bit more. Maybe people that don't jump off the edge that fast. Hypocrisy, I know. People who... look, it's just, what I want to see more of in V5 is what we've been doing in V4. Let's put it that way. It all looks good. Let's just keep more of that. There are a few things I want to see less of. And that is the lack of emotional response from death. It's death. We are not Alexia Morgan, okay? We are not fucking the goddamn Bubba Dover. We are playing regular high school students, and if someone came up to you and shot your buddy, one, you're gonna freak out. You might panic. You're not gonna start spouting one-liners and all that fun shit. Also, you're probably going to cry a little bit after the crisis is worn down, after the shock sets in. You're going to grieve, you know, that grieving thing. That's definitely, that's something I want to see more of in V5. I want to see the heavy pea soup fog of emotions that comes from being surrounded by the very fact that your friends may or may not want to kill you. It's not something easy to deal with. Most normal high school students would snap on the spot, not snap on the spot, bad phrasing, bad MK. They would certainly be bowing under the pressure, and half the snapping would be curling up in a corner somewhere going, oh god, I don't want to die, and all the collars start beeping because no one probably killed each other. Beep, 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 dead. Motivations. I want... Again, this is really very basic, more or less of. I want to see, personally, more... I want to see more self-centered motivation. Someone's going to want to live, and they're going to try to justify it to themselves in any way, shape, or form, but I also want the writing to indicate that, maybe being selfish doesn't exactly make them a good guy. There are no heroes on this island. Yeah, guess what I just quoted. There just aren't. The closest thing we've come to a hero are the people who are like, I can save everyone by breaking the... You can't. You're not going to save everyone, but it was very noble of you to try. Incredibly stupid, but noble nonetheless. The heroes don't last very long. I think characters like Ilario and Kimberly and Aaron were beautifully crafted in motivation, and that of course they all want to survive. Exceptions noted. Aaron. Nasty cough. They're not particularly malicious. They want to live. They're trying to justify to themselves that they are, in fact, in the right, or maybe they're just saying, fuck that, I know I'm not in the right, but I really want to live, and I'm not doing this to be a dick, but I want to survive. Those themes hit particularly hard with Ilario in particular. Oh man. Because he's been trying to convince himself that he's the good guy. He's been doing a damn good job, at least on his bluff check. Not so much on his sense motive. He's been failing that hardcore. So that's what I want to see more of for motivations, and a little less of just random killing. Just I don't know. That's all. Just a personal standpoint. Of course, I'm going to get a lot of bickering about this or bitching at me, but there's the methodical type of just trying to live, like I described with Illy, Kimberly, etc. Even Kimberly wasn't hunting, it's just the opportunity arises, she needs to kill someone, she's going to do it. Island in particular, Island McCreary, I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that name right, Island, help me out, Tree. But she was cold. Island was fucking cold, but she was also trying to stand up for what little morals were left that applied to the island that also applied to real life. There is snapping. As much as he's not my favorite, I love all of, Mal's writing is great, but I was not a Jimmy Brennan fan. But his snapping was, in fact, acceptable. Brooks as controversial, let's go with that word, as it was. There were a lot of triggers leading up to that, so I'm going to say that was acceptable. If you said it wasn't, fuck you. And then there's just random. If a character's actions play less like some sort of devious story and more like a random series of butchers and murders and just, if I can't follow it, if it's just random bullshit, one evil Snively Whiplash act after another, I lose the coherence of the story and I just back out of it entirely. Deaths. This one's actually pretty easy. I'm going to steal an answer here from Tobin. I'm not going to go into the brother freakout. Not yet. Maybe at the end. I'm going to steal an answer from Tobin and say, when it comes to less death, what I definitely want to see is less staff-handled inactive deaths. Way too many in V4. That was one of V4's biggest downfalls or detriments, is that way too many inactive deaths. I do want to see a bit more unrolled, and I guess this isn't too hypocritical because I was going for an unrolled death before the opportunity got taken away. That would be kind of cool to see. I'm not particularly gunning for that. If you don't want to, that's okay. I'm not particularly counting all of day one either because that was all lumped up. I kind of wanted to have a bit more shock moments later on in the game, not just day one deaths of Remy and Dallas and etc. There are a couple of them were good. I was not expecting Warren. I was not expecting Reika. I was, insert death here. I was like, oh, that's new. Maybe if I had seen one of those on day 5 or day 6, that would have really hit home. Like, wait, what? They weren't rolled? What the fuck? Why are they dead? No. For those who haven't heard, I was going for one with Brooke, but again, rolled. God damn it. Oh well, that's kind of the way luck goes, actually. That's what I want to see less of, anyway, is staff-handled deaths, because that just takes the fun out of everything, takes the drama out. Maybe a bit more surprise, not too much. I guess it isn't in numbers so much as just frequency. Maybe spread them out across the game a little more. Because a death on day 1 can either go really well and set up a character or plot, or it can just be random and stupid and benefit nothing. I don't even have to make the mention again. You all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, if there's one thing I want to see less of that doesn't fit any of those categories, it would be escape attempts. I want to see less escape attempts. I hate escape attempts. I fucking despise escape attempts. Hate. But that's okay, because we've got a system in place that's going to make those a lot less abusable and a lot less annoying. yeah, these are just my personal standpoints, so of course they're going to be strong. Of course not everyone's going to agree with them. That's the question as asked, so I mean, that's just something I'd like to see a little bit less. I can't particularly think of anything outside in the miscellaneous category that I would like to see more of in V5. Oh, wait, yes I would. I'd like to see a bit more groups form. People tend to lump up and try to group up, even if they're just pairings, long-standing pairings that go through the game. I love the pair dynamic, which should come as absolutely no surprise. Maybe if I saw a little bit more of those, that would be great. Anyway, I guess I'm going to pick the topic for next week's question. No, I don't want to do post-game yet. Sorry, John. I already did an acidic topic. Let's not do that. Flair's got a good one. Although, is there anything else I missed? I was positive I missed something. Rattlesnake and his shadow neckbeard. Yeah, I didn't shave. The rest of this video is basically just me trying to find out next week's topic, so if you want to know what it was, just scroll down. Blah, 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 blah. Final 5 predictions for the winner. I know all of that, though. An episode about V4 escape plots and escape plots in general. What a great idea, Mike! That would make a fantastic idea for an episode, wouldn't it? Oh yes, we're going to be talking about escape attempts next week, because you all know how much I fucking love them!